You can't do around playing lip here. Obey my commands at all times, above all. Protect yourself at all times. Escucha me. Cuídate. Listos. Ready? Let's go.
Now, Canelo told him he plans to have it checked out after this fight. But this is a fight where he's going to have to be mobile. Will his mobility...
Both sides. Brian Kenny, Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix here ringside.
But I think he's doing that because he knows that Canelo is going to be looking to landing body shots.
Are methodical. Good jab work there. It's Canelo, though, with a hard right hand. This is the taller man, Alvarez.
I like a lot of tension in the air, though.
He's trying to double up on the jab.
Jacobs makes his way right back. The nice and quiet. Jacobs should look for trying to
touch him with the jab. And he seems to have that ability. Good jab to the head and then the right hand to the body.
This round could easily be marked down as 10-9, with no clear winner emerging. You've got to watch out for that uppercut. He's looking to land it, and it comes fast, explosive, and hard to anticipate. How do you score the first round? I edged it to Canelo. He landed 8 of 32 punches, keeping Jacobs at bay while tagging him on the hip. Jacobs keeps searching for counters, but Canelo's speed and sharpness aren't giving him the chance. Calm as ever, Canelo stabs the jab to the body, mixing in wicked hooks that test Jacobs' defense. Both men are trading counters to the body, each trying to outthink the other. No fireworks yet here in Las Vegas, but Canelo sneaks in a crisp right hand, tight and accurate, tough to handle. Jacobs answers as Canelo hunts with the left hook again. What we're seeing is pure chess, but it's a dangerous version of the game. Early in round 2, a sharp jab from Canelo followed by a menacing uppercut raises the tension. Both missed with big home run shots, but I still lean toward Canelo that round. A clean hook to the head makes the difference. Sergio, what do you think of that tactic? He caught me once with a right hook from the southpaw stance, and if Jacobs can make that work, it's a plus. Still, I wouldn't recommend staying in the southpaw position too long against someone like Canelo. Jacobs did have his moments, though, a beautiful strafing combination that lit up the crowd, but Canelo remains the golden boy, sharp and dangerous. Daniel Jacobs, a former New York City Golden Gloves champion, has overcome more than most fighters, surviving a cancerous tumor on his spine to stand on this stage tonight. He's been through it all, and you can see that resilience in the ring. Even when he blocks Canelo's body shots, the force still gets through. Canelo fires a dangerous lead, reminding us why he's so feared. The same judges from his second fight with Golovkin are ringside, adding extra intrigue to the scoring. This championship round is fascinating. Bernard Hopkins still holds the record for the most middleweight title defenses, but what Canelo is doing now, walking Jacobs down, stalking with the left hook, is equally impressive. The jab is a constant presence, often missing but serving to set up the bigger right hands that just graze Jacobs. Both men exchange heavy blows, Jacobs trying to keep the pressure at bay, and referee Tony Weeks issues a quick warning for a shot. Straying behind the head, Canelo continues to press forward, mixing in sharp rights and heavy jabs, occasionally digging to the hip. Jacobs' movement has slowed in the later rounds, and Canelo capitalizes with clean, accurate power shots. These are the same punishing jabs that troubled Golovkin, paired with slick head movement and disciplined footwork. His defense tonight has been remarkable, slipping punches, rolling with shots, and making Jacobs miss again and again. As round 5 closes, it's been an impressive display from Alvarez. Measured offense and elite defense working in harmony. Chris, on my card, I've got Canelo up 3 rounds to 1. His control and defensive brilliance are setting the tone for this fight. Daniel Jacobs is struggling to put together enough meaningful punches, while Canelo Alvarez makes him miss and counters with precision. Look at this, almost a Floyd Mayweather style, coming forward, slipping shots, and countering with confidence. That's not easy to do. Jacobs tries to catch him, but Canelo's faster foot positioning keeps him in control. Jacobs paws with the jab, but Canelo doesn't even bother. He's countering cleanly, landing sharp scoring shots, including a stiff right hand and punishing jabs to the body. Jacobs returns fire with a hook here and there, but those power jabs from Alvarez are the difference. Referee Tony Weeks has no reason to step in. Canelo is dictating the fight. Jacobs needs to change the equation, but this is starting to feel like Canelo's fight. It's the same blueprint he used against Golovkin, walk his man down, cut the ring, and explode in quick combinations. From the corner, Andre Rosier urges Jacobs to box smarter, but easier said than done. Through 5 rounds, the numbers show Canelo outlanding Jacobs 60-43, with the heavier, cleaner shots all belonging to Alvarez. Canelo stands his ground, makes Jacobs miss, then fires back with counters. At one point, Jacobs briefly switches. Southpaw sneaking in a left-hand angle, but the shots don't have the same sting. Canelo presses forward, launching a hard right hand and pinning Jacobs in the corner once again. Jacobs has to be careful. Yes, he can punch from that stance, but he's just a step behind. Meanwhile, Canelo keeps banking rounds, piling them, up on the scorecards. At this point, I've got it 5-1 in favor of the middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. I should note, Jacobs may have taken a couple of rounds, but that's the issue. When you're not a natural southpaw, your defense tends to slip, and against Canelo, you just can't afford that. Jacobs stays left-handed with solid energy here, in the 7th. But Canelo continues marching forward, cutting off the ring and looking to trap him in the corner. Jacobs tries to create angles and counter to the body, yet it's Alvarez who controls the pace, stalking with patience and precision. Canelo looks terrific, snapping off sharp hooks and working that left hand with authority. The crowd reacts as Alvarez closes the round strong, while Jacobs struggles to make the southpaw stance count. His shots don't look heavy enough, and his backward movement allows Canelo to dictate. Jacobs's corner, led by Andre Rosier, is urging him to refocus, stay behind the jab, and dig to the body. Claudia Trejos reported they want more pressure and more body work from Jacobs. Still, the standout so far has been Canelo's head movement, calm, confident, and nearly flawless. On both defense and offense, he looks completely at home under the bright lights, once again proving why he calls himself the best middleweight in the world. Jacobs has said this is the opportunity of a lifetime, but he'll need to make adjustments now. As the round closes, Jacobs fires a brief flurry, but Canelo responds in kind, mixing up his attack and keeping control of this championship fight. A clean hook from Canelo Alvarez snaps Jacobs' head back, and though Jacobs tries to respond on the inside, he risks leaving himself open. Canelo follows with a sharp right hand, dangerous and precise. This is Jacobs' best chance. He's likely behind on the cards, and he knows he needs to change the momentum. To his credit, Jacobs goes on the offensive, pushing Canelo to the ropes and working the body. It may be his best round so far, showing a different look and forcing Canelo to adjust. Both men trade in close, with Jacobs mixing in some quality shots, while Canelo answers with heavy bodywork designed to wear him down. Jacobs' corner questions the switch to southpaw, but his activity in this round earns him respect. 9 years ago, Jacobs was fighting on a Mayweather undercard, and tonight, under the brightest lights, he shows that experience. Late in the round, Jacobs lands a big punch that catches attention. Canelo, true to form, doesn't show he's hurt, but it was a solid shot. You have to score every second of every round, and Jacobs made this one close. Still, Canelo keeps touching him with that hook, mixing in power and digging to the hip. As the exchanges heat up, Alvarez reminds everyone why his highlight reel is packed with knockouts. On my card, I've got it 87-84 for Canelo Alvarez, but Jacobs may have just earned himself a round with that effort. Canelo Alvarez goes back to the jab, pushing Jacobs backward before catching him with a hook. Sergio, you can sense a shift here. Jacobs is showing flashes of urgency, mixing it up as if this is his last hurrah. He lets his hands go, digging. Right hands to the body and head, while Canelo fires back off the ropes with sharp, punishing hooks. With half a minute left in round 10, Jacobs faces a choice. Keep boxing cautiously on his feet, or press forward and take risks. He even clips Canelo with a big shot over the top, drawing a reaction from the crowd. 2 rounds remain, and the atmosphere is electric. Fans, from Mexican supporters to boxing traditionalists, are on their feet, admiring Canelo's skill and presence. He's become the sport's premier star, sometimes cast as the villain but always respected. The last round was competitive, and Jacobs managed to land a solid body shot right on the belt line, showing he's still trying to work. Canelo, however, continues to control the pace with that stiff jab and well-timed counters. His corner won't mind this rhythm. He's banked most of the rounds already. Chris Mannix notes the fight is closer than it seems, with Jacobs landing some clean shots. Down the stretch, and the scorecards could be tighter than expected. Jacobs finds moments on the inside, pushing Canelo to the ropes, still switching southpaw. But as the final seconds tick away, Canelo looks slightly fatigued. After 10 grueling rounds, it's still Alvarez who holds the edge heading into the championship rounds. Those close rounds earlier may have gone Jacobs' way, which is why this could look close on at least one judge's card. 3 minutes remain in the 12th and final round of the middleweight championship of the world. Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacobs. Everything on the line, all the belts heading toward Guadalajara. Jacobs comes out with renewed urgency, winging big shots in the center of the ring, trying to leave it all out there. No regrets now. Canelo, cool under pressure, answers with sharp bodywork and crisp three-punch combinations. Jacobs, switching back orthodox, fights effectively, matching Alvarez exchange for exchange. Both men show heart, but Canelo remains in command, firing the kind of uppercut that carries authority, then walking away as if to punctuate the moment. It's been more tactical than explosive. Not a barn burner, but a high-level chess match filled with skill and discipline. As the final seconds tick away, Jacobs presses forward, touching gloves in respect. He brought everything he could, but Canelo waves confidently to the crowd. When the scorecards are read, all three go in favor of the champion. By unanimous decision, Saul Canelo Alvarez retains the middleweight crown.